and welcome back. This week we're heading off into a new neck of the woods. Last week we got to hear about a trickster spider, and this week we're learning about some new and dangerous creatures. I always love learning about some new and spooky things. So as we head off into a new neck of the woods, I hope you'll listen along with me and try to figure out what exactly type of fairy tale we might be trying to learn about this week. What culture could this be? I haven't had us all guess in quite a while, but I hope you'll help figure it out this week because it's kind of fun doing a little bit of guesswork, I think. And so, we shall begin. Up at the spine of the world, after quite a bit of an adventure, you all have managed to help the moon spirit return from whence she belongs. But you're still not quite so sure what forced her down from the sky to begin with. And so you start your weary way back towards Neverwinter and the home base of Phandalin. But as you travel, you start to hear creepy whispers out into the dark. You hear spooky voices and harsh cries, and you start to wonder just what might be out there in the mists and the fogs. And just as you think something dangerous might be lurking out in the darkness, a figure instead stumbles his way out to greet you. And so, the tale to be told begins thus. Now, as the figure stumbles out of the fog, those cries seem to intensify and come just a wee bit closer, and you start to wonder what it is actually out there in the mist that is lurking ever so closer. The figure, as it approaches, you realize indeed that it is humanoid, and the figure is male. He has purest dark skin, almost like midnight, and he wears a strange cloak that you've never seen before in this region. And he speaks with a thick accent and warns you of danger up ahead on the trail. He says a strange creature is out there. And as he speaks, it's almost as if his story is changing. First, he says the figure is like that of a horse, but later he says that it has fangs like a lion and the tail of a serpent. He claims that it ate his whole traveling party, and it says that it seemed to particularly to enjoy that of the children. Now, this creepy tale, if it could be true, well, it does put you a bit up on your edge. Your hackles are raised, those little hairs on the back of your arms and neck. Ooh, are they bristling? But could this tale even be true? After all, what kind of creature like that lurks in the fog and prefers going after the younger ones, but not the older ones? Well, it must be something smart if it goes after the smaller and weaker among the traveling party. And so, you decide to continue on off into the mists. You're strong and well rested. I'm sure you can take on such a creature. You try to make sure that this traveler is well taken care of, and a bit nervous and off his guard, he does agree to go with you. And so you continue on the trail. Soon you hear a bit of a squelching underfoot. After all, there is a swampy bog in this part of Neverwinter Wood, and it's been known to lose a few travelers along the way. Hopefully it doesn't try to come for you. Fingers crossed. And so you squelch on, and suddenly you hear a strange call off in the distance. And the traveler who's with you, he starts to get quite panicked, and you think he might bolt. But before he can, something else comes for you out of the darkness. And at first you do think it's a horse. No, maybe it's a lion because it roars. And then that's when the tail comes to strike you. And oh, a stinger to the chest. Oh, that hurts. And you feel the poison rushing through your body. And you think just maybe this will be the creature that does you in. But you do manage to take one good slash at that tail before it moves fully past you. And you can tell you did quite a bit of damage. Your companions rush to assist, and they try to go for the fangs, no, the claws. Well, maybe that spiny tail as well. And with a few slashes and some well-timed spells, eventually they do put that strange creature down. And as it dies, it does seem to ooze quite a bit. What a strange creature indeed. And carrying on, you find that's not the only strange creature out there in the mists. It's not the only thing squelching out through the bog. Carrying on, you see some sort of strange winged creature with claws and a beaked head. And for a second, you thought it was an owlbear, but they don't have wings, do they? No, that's not quite it. And it was too skeletal. But whatever it is, it never quite comes close enough for you to get a good look at it. And it certainly chooses not to attack you, so it's probably fine, right? Squelching on through the woods, you keep your eyes peeled for any other strange things out in the darkness. What weird magics are awakening ancient creatures? First, the moon spirits. Now, whatever that was out in the dark. The traveler is quite paranoid now, and you still don't really know what else could be out there. You make it through the night, but the morning brings its own concerns. For strange daylight spirits seem to try to come after you. But you manage to hold them off with old shadowy spells. They don't seem to like the dark very much, but they love the flames. Interesting ghosts that love daylight. I wonder what that's all about. Chasing them onwards and onwards. You do try to solve these strange mysteries as you head back to Neverwinter. Perhaps the scholars there will have some answers. But perhaps you'll have to head south, down to Waterdeep, to figure out what exactly is going on. But a pulse of magic seems to travel through the land as you get closer to Phandalin. Perhaps the answers to things do reside there instead. Whatever has been happening lately, it certainly is the most strange of mysteries. I wonder what strange creature is lurking out there that's causing such dangerous phenomenon. And I wonder if we'll get to encounter him or her or it next week. But for now, we still have to get out of the woods. And squelching a little bit further, you do finally come back on to the high road. But when you get there, one last creature greets you. And you see it finally clearly for the last time. And you realize what it is. With the face of a lion and long saber-toothed fangs, and the body somewhere between a horse and a wolf, and the tail of a scorpion, but it has such deep flames surrounding it. It is, in fact, the bunyip of old, and they haven't been seen in these parts for quite some time. How strange that one should lurk on the high road even now. What awoke it? Holding quite still, you wait to see if it will pass you by. And luckily, it looks like it will. And we'll have to find out what comes next time. We'll never know what will be holding for us when we head to the next neck of the woods. But that's a tale still waiting to be told. Now, I'm going to set up my watercolors, and we should be back in less than 1 minute. Until then, enjoy some intermission music. Everyone, welcome back. Let's see if I can get a bit of music going here. So this is a little bit different. I'm trying something through a meditation app of all things. So you all let me know if this music isn't working out for us. There we go. Okay, hopefully that stays where it belongs. All right, how is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully well. I don't know how much energy I have. I'm a bit exhausted, but hopefully you all will make it up for me and bringing some awesome questions. So last week we had some fun in the spine of the world. And this was our painting that we were working on. So that was kind of fun. We did a little bit of it on, was it Sunday? We kind of polished it off. So that was kind of cool that we got to do that together. I really kind of like how those background trees came out. I'll hold that up for everyone to see really well. I just think it kind of came out really cool. And then those rocks. At first I kind of wasn't sure if I was going to like those bushes there, but I think they're kind of cool now. So those are kind of fun. So full painting going on there. I always kind of like that. Those are kind of fun. So yes, that's our painting for now. I'll stick that back there. Okay. So this is the one I've been working on. I'm actually going to bring it up a little bit. Normally I do not do anything between the little clip that I'll video for our story time and us starting painting together, because I want us to sort of flow together, no sneakiness, right? But one thing I did need to kind of dry in between was this glittery kind of wash that I wanted to do. So I did put that in there. So I just want to see if the camera will pick it up. It might not. Sometimes it doesn't really pick up that wash. I used the same kind of one when, get the camera to focus. There we go. I used the same kind of one when we did the Feywild painting. Oh, let's see if I can bring out those bookmarks. These ones. You guys remember these? It has the same kind of glitter on that background. Hopefully that's picking up. I did the same thing on this, but I washed it out even more because I didn't want to do like a whole ton of stuff on there. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to put a little bit of that, and I wanted it to dry, but also I wanted to have time to throw out the water and do more clear water with clean brushes because I didn't want to overdo. I feel like I'm shouting over the music. There we go. I didn't want to overdo the glitter this time. With the Feywild one, I was like, glitter for days. It's the Feywild. But this time I just kind of wanted nice, muted, calm, glittery. Just a little sparkle in the sky. And that's it. So if it gets covered up by the trees, we're okay with that. In fact, it should get covered up by the trees. So that's my goal for that one. I'm going to bring out this napkin, and I'm going to try to create like this swampy effect with the trees where it's kind of like dripping down this like willowy kind of leaves. And we'll see if that works. Sometimes it doesn't. So fingers crossed on that one. I don't know how that's going to work out. Checking time here a little bit. Oh, we're fine. Okay. Sometimes there's stuff to go to later. I always kind of hate that when you feel pressured to go do stuff. Sometimes you just want to sit and paint, you know? Painting helps you emotionally regulate on a bad day. We all kind of have our thing that helps us emotionally regulate. Painting is my thing. Okay, so I'm just kind of mixing up a little bit of layers of paint here to use on my willows. Okay, so I'm thinking like some willow in here. And definitely some willow in here. And then, let's see if this works. Sketch time. We're just gonna kind of... Oh, it dried so fast. That's not what I was expecting. Okay, let's try it again. We're just gonna add a little bit of water in here and see if I can kind of... That's the other thing that can kind of happen when I use that particular glitter paint, is that it will kind of just dry so fast. Oh, there we go. Now I know it's really faint for you guys, but I'm starting to get little like streaks going on in here. And now I'm just kind of like enhancing them. There's going to be layers of paint. So like, I'm not overly worried that it's light right now. I just wanted something I could kind of use as guidelines. They're more like guidelines anyways. Every time I hear that from Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm like, oh, so many applications for that sentence. Okay. There's tabletop applications. It's all more like guidelines anyways. It's fine, guys. Ooh, that's too dark. More green. Okay. I want this one to be a little lower. Ooh, that's a nice green. I like that. That green makes me happy. And streaky. Ta-da. Okie dokies. We got some trees going, guys. Shrubbery. I still love that my teacher used to call it that. Call it shrubbery. Okay. It's my own little personal happiness. Alright, so while that's drying, I'm going to come in with a little bit of detailing on... Gosh, this paint just got so hard and dry. I think it's time to clean out this palette. Sometimes you can save watercolor paint for a little while, and then sometimes you can't. I think we're in the can't zone now. So I'm gonna just because it's swampy, it doesn't really have banks, so I'm just throw in water. I had some water where I wanted it before, but now I'm just darkening up spots where I want it. I try to get up into this little corner here. Sorry, for a second there I kind of forgot you were all with me. I don't know what just happened. I looked up and I was like, oh, computer. I must be really tired. Emotions can be draining sometimes. Okay. Got a little patch of blue going on here. Don't worry, we're gonna make everything else darker. Okay. It is not the end of the world. It might be the end of my world, I don't know. I'm not functional right now. Let's see. And we're gonna just wash some of these other lines out. Choop, choop, choop. Okay, I need some more brown. I need like the browniest brown that's ever browned. Okay. Okay. Let's do the big brush actually. Yeah. This is gonna look cool. Okay, I have to let that dry for just a second, but those are definitely starting to look like willow trees. So it's kind of working. I think I need to separate that one into 2 trees though. I need to do a little detail work on that. But as things get darker, we'll definitely, and I might, before that dries too much, maybe I'll, hold on. Changing my mind. I want to fix that water a little bit before it gets too, because then I can put like little reeds or something, but if it's too dry, it won't be able to. It's like stuck that way. Comes a point where it's like, oh, too late. Now it's just that way forever. Okay, slight turn. Apologies. I know it's smaller than normal. There we go. I think that's a more natural transition to things. Where's my, there it is. Do. I know I said I was gonna let this dry. I lied. I got hyper fixated. It's okay. Sometimes you just gotta address it while you're thinking about it. Ooh, that water looks so much cooler. Okay. So now we're definitely gonna let it sit. Swearsies. That was a weird delay. Okay. So for anyone who's in the chat, let's see if it will let me see who's in there today. It might not. Sometimes it's a goober. Do you all have any questions for me as I drink my pity coffee? I'm very tired. So this is my pity coffee. Not that I don't normally drink coffee, it's all I drink. Okay. It might just tell us who is hanging out with us today. Or it might not. You never know. Okay. So maybe some new friends. So you're always free to post questions in the chat and say hi if you'd like to. I love chatting with people as I paint. It gives me something to do besides drink way too much coffee. Let me tell you, I need to stop drinking coffee. So much coffee. Let me think here. I need this to dry for just a little bit longer, really. That weird blend thing that I did here is kind of bothering me now. So I'm going to try to get rid of this line while it's drying. That way it doesn't like be stuck there. Okay. There, that's not so bad. I feel like that's okay. Okay. I can live with that while it's drying. I don't know why I have that gold. Don't need gold. Okay. Well, my back's kind of killing me. Would you all like a preview of the new bookmarks I've been working on? So, I've been working on some of these bookmarks for, last couple of days. And, I'm hoping that they'll be ready for the 1st of June because I'm really hoping that if they sell well, I really want them to sell because I'm hoping that I can use them to raise some money for different LGBT plus communities, or charities, sorry. It's really hard when you have dyslexia to get the letters just in the right order and then say them correctly. I do know what the letters are, I just can't say them. That way, especially with things that have been going wrong around the United States, that hopefully we can get some funding in places that it's needed. So I've been kind of toying with this design. I don't know what you all think of that. I kind of like the ombre effect, and then there's like a little bit of gold in there. So they look kind of cool. And I have these like sleeves that I can put them in to help protect them. Obviously they're sealed because they're watercolors, so they don't really need a sleeve. But sometimes it's nice to have like a little bookmark sleeve, and then you can put little colored tassels on them. So I thought that would be kind of cool because sometimes people like to order things that aren't just the rainbow, but like have their specific color there. But I didn't want to make things that were like just this or just that. I wanted to do something that represented everybody as much as possible, which is very difficult to do, let me tell you. So this was like as close as I could get on a first try, but I kind of like them. I don't know what you all think. I could try a different design. I had a weird little blur happen here, but it's only like a prototype, so we shall see. We shall see. I need new tape though. I need to get tape this weekend. Maybe a different colored cardstock. Maybe instead of beige, I could do a different color. I don't know what color would be good though. Besides this one. I don't know. Maybe like a parchment? Because then it would have like that really cool like crackly effect that would go with the gold. I don't know. Have thoughts. I have thoughts. We shall see. And then I kind of wanted to do like some bookbinding that would have like this kind of design with it. I thought that would be cool. We shall see. Those can take like a really long time to do though, the bookbinding. So I don't know if I'll tackle both of those things in time for June. And I was going to do like one dice box that's about this kind of design, but I wanted it to be longer instead of my usual squares, and I'm having trouble making that happen. Let me put it that way. So we'll see. There's thoughts, and if you all have thoughts about designs I could do, let me know, because I want it to do well, so that hopefully I can raise some money for different groups and charities and things. Because, if it doesn't do well, then the thought that counts only goes so far, So, yeah. Anyways, that's the thought. Where's the brush I wanted? Oh, I guess it's this one. I always forget I don't have a ton. I'm like, why isn't there a brush between the 6 and the 12? Well, that's because I don't have one. I don't remember why I didn't purchase one between those two. I must have had a reason, but I never actually remember what the reason is. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of separate these two into two different willow trees here, because it needed to be done. And then we'll have kind of like a triple ground going on here. It'll be fun. And of course, you can always just use your fingers. The brush is not being cooperative. There we go. Okay. Those definitely are starting to look like willow trees. I like it. Okay, and we'll do a little bit on the other side as well. Oh God, Braid, why do you have the most horrifying thoughts? Thanks for that. I'm not going to explain what I meant by that. I'm just going to... Some thoughts really should not be said out loud, so I'm going to keep that thought to myself and just say, wow, thanks, brain. Good times, because I think we can all relate to that. But sometimes you just need to go, wow, brain, thanks for that. I didn't need to hear that right now. It's all good. It's all good, though. Okay, I'm gonna start putting in a little bit of shrubbery here. So I need my other brush. Time for some shrub. Actually, I take that back. I'd rather use this brush so it can be little kind of spiky shrubs. Spiky shrub. It is a horrible brush for mixing, though. I will say that. This was not the brush. That's okay. I'm gonna get a nice, good browny green though. Just right for this kind of stuff. Whee! Little marsh guys. I'm just kind of having fun. I don't really have a plan in mind at this point. I'm mostly just kind of going, where do I think plants would want to grow? And then just making it happen. And I think that they kind of want to go around the water. Okay, I'm going to add a little more brown for this side because this side's definitely kind of more of the brownish, like murky, things aren't quite still alive here kind of spot. Yeah. I'm gonna let this fully dry, I think, overnight before doing any more detailing. Just to make sure everything's kind of going the way I want it to. But I got some good shrubbery going on and some water, and I kind of like how the willows are starting out. I think that technique's going to work out for me, so that's pretty good. So when it's finished, I will post it to Instagram, and we do have a TikTok now, although I do see that I still forgot to put that up on our stream. I promise I will get better at this. I will put it up there by next week, fingers crossed. And until then, I hope everyone has a lovely week. Thank you for sticking around so long if you've been here the whole night. I know is the most energetic and entertaining person ever. Hopefully a night's rest and a good weekend will get us all back and refreshed and happy and ready to stream again. And we'll do something fun Sunday morning. So yes, hopefully you'll all will come back. I know it's a holiday weekend, so if you're off having lovely adventures, hopefully you'll be back next week. You can tell me all about those as we head off to a new location and a new adventure. But until then, be safe wherever you are on your holiday, if that is something that you are celebrating. And have a lovely weekend, a lovely week, and don't forget to feed your inner mimic. Bye, everyone.